For generations, I would say, there have been whispers that are equal parts malignant and foul that have been circulating throughout the Northern Hemisphere. As time has slipped between my delicate little fingers, these whispers have calcified into something completely more deviant than the quasi-bisexual selvedge denim warriors that spin their cherry bomb CDs in hopes of one day feeling guilt-free when they appropriate black culture for the umpteenth time, while simultaneously taking low-exposure shots of their meticulously ripped vintage waffle knit thermals from the 60s to put on their Depop accounts to not only overprice but scam young 20-somethings that realize that there is in fact a horizon made for growth behind the wall that is Urban Outfitters and want more of an edge here. But something even worse. Take a look. DL Trade. I myself, and a plethora of other entities that trudge this sullen wasteland we call a planet, take pride in standing stoic on the hill of greatness. We resemble a beacon of light. But with that comes this odd attraction of these malignant creatures that take pride in projecting their animosity, their jealousy, their insecurities. Quasi-bisexual, selvedge denim warriors, and the worst of all, DL trade. If you feel like you have been affected by one of the malignant things I've described previously, and because you are a beacon of light, their projections and their malice and their unfortunate attributes have sort of rubbed off on you and you feel dirty, you feel like a bad girl, please join me today on this odyssey as we are going to reverse time and cleanse ourselves of this bullshit. A few interesting things that are happening right now. So one, there is this beautiful African-American family doing drill runs for football across this park. There was a man walking by my car just now, and he kind of just did a couple laps around it and knocked on the window. See, I'm so non-confrontational. I should have ran up to him and been like, what the fuck are you doing? But I don't think, I'm just like, leave me alone. I feel like if I don't bother you, don't bother me. Simple as that, right? Whatever. A few things happening. Do I know if I'm in focus right now? No, because again, I really do think I'm losing my eyesight. It's kind of a harsh thing that I'm going through. Really, I look through the viewfinder and I can't see anything. I mean, already the screen's small, so I'm already not at an advantage, but you know, anything could happen right now. So whatever you're seeing right now, you're gonna have to deal with it. If I have to deal with this, which my second point is, this background, you know, is it the prettiest thing on the planet? No, but beggars can't be choosers, which brings me to my third point, why I'm over here on this not pretty background. The prettier background is where this nice African-American family is doing football drills for football, I'm assuming, because there's a football in hand. They know, or I mean, I should say everyone in this neighborhood knows that this is my spot. This is my spot, right? Like, I come here to film my outdoor activities. It's a whole thing I have for myself, but beggars cannot be choosers, because I was begging to film today, and guess what? I can't choose. Yeah. Recently, I've taken up running, and, you know, there could be like a fun running segment I could do, but you don't need to see that. That's between me and God, especially my time, my pace. Like, don't worry about how long it took me to run the 2 miles. Just know I ran the 2 miles, okay? More than what you bitches are doing. Cock it. Oh. Yeah, okay. We are gonna do some workouts because to really get off this excess of malice that has been spewed upon us by projecting hatred, insecurity, DL trade, and their unfortunate attributes, you know, one of the main things we have to do is take care of ourselves, right? I think my spirit animal is a turtle. I don't know if I've said this before. Maybe I have, I don't know. But I feel like I endure. It may take me a minute, but I will get to my goal. You don't give a fuck. So let's do this workout, all right? I mean, I feel great. I mean, really, when you are a beacon of light, it is unfortunately expected that you will attract such malignant creatures. DL trade, and their unfortunate attributes. Like even being outside, you know, there's some DL trade roaming around here somewhere, and I can feel their aura just sort of spilling onto me, and therefore I'm dirty, I'm unclean, so I'm doing things to make myself clean again. It's like a metaphorical spiritual shower in a way. So that's kind of what's happening here. Let me get out of here. I know there's cameras. They're all watching me saying I'm schizophrenic and I'm crazy. Let me get out of here. I'm scared now. Okay, bye. Fuck. Motherfuckers. Work so hard for something, and then when you're finally there, I mean, totally rewarding, right? I'm floored. What we have here is just sort of like this Mediterranean extravaganza. I mean, it's just totally stoic. I'm all about stoic dishes, stoic drinks, stoicism, just when it comes to like a life. What is stoicism? Should I just start aligning myself with stoicism? Ancient school of philosophy that emphasizes living a virtuous life, developing self-control, and accepting what is beyond our control to achieve tranquility and happiness. Famously, I'm known for being a vegan, and then I was a naughty girl when I went to New York City last year, and then I fell off the wagon for about a year, and now I'm back to sort of deciding between veganism and this diet now, a Mediterranean diet. But then, as you saw earlier, it's so much work, you know, it's so easy throwing like a vegan nugget in the fryer. But you know, it gets to a point of like eating only air fried vegan chicken nuggets after a year, you're kind of just like, what's my point of living, right? So I think this will be good for me. Also, I do love cooking. I just found that out recently. I mean, playing Nicki Minaj, Clairo, Doechii, Feeble Little Horse, Ryan Beatty, etc., etc. It's just such an experience that I wish everyone could enjoy, you know? And what's special about me is that I'm not just doing it in the privacy of my own home privately for myself. I'm doing it for the internet where it's going to live forever. So you really do have to be gentle with me here, right? I don't think it's that bad. I mean, also, how do I like attack this? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm assuming I just like bite into it, right? And I want a little bit of everything. So let's get some tzatziki sauce on there, the whole moment, right? Got this new bottle of wine. I have a story to tell. I've been fiending for a good glass of wine. This was, you know, I did a little bit of research, and it said there were some pretty good reviews. I have high hopes. It's dry, it's stoic, you know this. Because my previous experience with a glass of wine was just not the most fortunate. You know, since, you know, I'll open up a little bit. I was, you know, sort of interacting with this male entity. One could say he maybe falls in line with what we're talking about tonight. I don't know. I never said anything, right? We were texting a little bit before I went over there, and he was like, so you like wine, right? And I was like, yeah, I do enjoy a good glass of wine every now and then. And he was like, oh, I'll go buy some right now for you. I said, oh, you're so sweet. I'm going to marry you tomorrow. So he goes, gets the wine. I mean, like, I walk into the place. I mean, wine's being opened. Cookies are being made for me. I'm like, oh, so he loves me. I mean, I don't know. Go to the bottle of wine, and I don't know if I don't want to be elitist. I'm not saying that I'm, like, above what I'm going to say. Just giving, like, a sort of like a precursor. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm saying the right things, because sometimes, again, I do say things out of something that comes before and leads to or influences the development of something else. Oh my god. No, I'm not elitist, right? I'm not saying that I'm better than the next person, but it was just one of those moments where I was like, if you're baking me cookies, you would think you put like a little more effort into it. I don't know, whatever. We didn't set a tone. I mean, you did set one, but not one I liked. I don't know. As he's pouring the wine, it says Bogle on it. And I go, oh, I've never seen that brand before. I know it's Cabernet Sauvignon. Is that how you say that? Let me look it up. So how do you say this?
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, Sauvignon. Oh, I'm gonna watch Ratatouille tonight. I know that's right. You know, I kind of want to be like the girl in Ratatouille. Girl with the bob. I kind of love her whole diction. You know, I'm learning again that you have to be a bitch sometimes because people will... I'm gonna throw up. Long story short, it's like a $6 wine from the gas station that you can just buy measly peasly. Oh, I have shivers down my spine. I mean, it's just, oh my god. Am I grateful? Sure. I don't want to ever be like, oh, they got me. But the thing is, right, this entity lived in a very nice place. It's just one of those things where it's like, I know you could afford to spend the extra dollar or two to get me like an actual... I don't feel clean. I feel like those malignant entities are just, they're just there and they're rubbing off. And I feel it crawling on my skin and know what I'm talking about. It just felt like the line that Megan Thee Stallion said in her, I don't know what song, I forget. She was like, he feeds you Taco Bell, he feeds me shrimp and steak. And then I kind of drove home really upset. It was just so embarrassing for me. So I'm kind of like trying to redeem myself here. So this is a very nice glass of wine that I found today. Hopefully it's good. It smells really phenomenal. I mean, it brings me back to a time where I went to this film festival and I saw an early screening of the Paul Mescal, Andrew Scott picture, All the Strangers. I mean, phenomenal. Floored. Andrew Scott, one of the best to ever do it. Shout out Ireland. My people. Not my people, that's kind of Isla Debris bit. I would claim more Italian. I do really revel in the whole fertile 5'5" Italian gazelle fantasy, even though I'm kind of thinking about going with Greek now. I really love the idea of being like a refined Gal Gadot. That's kind of like my whole shtick too. Maybe it can be both. Who says they can? I don't know. But back to Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal. My fault. I got a glass of wine and it was really, I mean, oh my goodness. Now that I'm thinking about it, I went up to go, because they were giving out free wine because it was like a early screening film festival, whatever the fuck. And I go get my wine and they're like, okay, so ID please. Obviously, because I know I do look, again, fertile, young, we know this. But I pull up my ID and again, a little precursor. I would never claim to be like the baddest heifer on the farm. You know, I know my place. I mean, I handed the man my ID and he was aghast. I mean, on the borderline of like laughter, looking at my ID. I want to say that it's because I had such a transformation that he's just so amused by it that it's like unreal. That's kind of what I tell myself to sleep well at night, but we all know the real answer. Like, whatever happened to professionalism? You know, like you can clamp your tongue just a little bit. I know I don't look, again, I'm not the baddest heifer on the farm. I get it, but you have to understand that if I'm just sitting there asking for a glass of wine and you're laughing at a picture of me in front of my face, I'm gonna get a little upset. It's just simple science, really. It's been so long since I've had a good glass of wine, and you know, the last time, like I just said, put a really bad taste in my mouth. I'm really getting emotional. Let me take off my Miu Miu glasses. Holy shit. Ooh, it was just so bitter when I had it last time. Like, yeah, he made me a batch of cookies, but the wine was awful because it was $7 gas station wine. He didn't give a fuck about me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yep, it's smooth. It's a little nutty, and there's like notes of like chocolate, but like a musky chocolate. One of my dreams is to have sort of like a wine cellar, strictly dry red wine. None of that Kool-Aid shit that you weak bitches drink. I don't know what that is. What do you mean you're drinking Kool-Aid? That's not wine, that's Kool-Aid. Corporate giants and machines that never won against you. You are not Elphaba. A lot of you are Glinda. Don't even get me started on the whole conversation, because one more of these and I will make an hour-long, I will give you a whole hour, just me talking like this, no cuts, of why you are Glinda and not Elphaba, because the think pieces I see on TikTok, ooh, you bitches piss me off every fucking day. You are not Fiona Apple. You have never had to run up a hill in shoes that were not made. Oh my god, I'm throw up. Just understand, my point being is that there's so much malice out there. I forgot I brought my journal right here. That's what I did. I have my journal. Sometimes you have to open up a page and you just have to write. You have to write. Not only get your feelings up, but you manifest what you want. Sometimes it's the things you aspire to achieve in life, the things you want in life, but also what you want protection from. Because like I keep saying, there's so many entities out there that are out to get you, and I'm not trying to be a narcissist. I'm not trying to sound crazy, but you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. I mean, it's a cold world out there. It's really cold. Oh, I'm gonna go journal some more, manifest more, press play on Ariana Grande's new record, and maybe go check out the new Jenna Ortega movie. That's it. That's all I have to share. I'm done. Leave me alone. What lies before you is me in my most raw and natural form. Something similar we could compare this to is a gremlin after both hands of the clock strike north. What's left? Their final form. Their true colors. That's what's happening here. Me in my most vulnerable state. And I want you to see this because this is a testament to my strength, a testament to my resilience, a testament to my spirit animal being a turtle. All things that slip off my tongue are lagered with veracity. Heed my words. I speak truth. Yet again, corporate giants and machines have put their biggest foot forward against Franklin HQ and their endeavors. The third segment of this beautifully, meticulously crafted video was me rebuilding the third wall, Wall Maria. The first wall was rebuilding our physical strength. The second wall was endeavoring of trying a new hobby while simultaneously fueling ourselves to keep going against the wicked, to keep pushing ourselves to be farther ahead than the wicked. And the third wall was simply reclamation, doing an activity that is true to who we are and going upon that. The third segment included defining who we are and giving ourselves a third extra defined layer of protection against the wicked. But corporate giants and machines have had their way, and all the audio from the third segment is surprisingly gone. Sometimes the wicked will go to heinous lengths to pull off their malicious acts and to get one up on you. Corporate giants and machines will try to sabotage you in many ways. Smear campaigns will come your way in many ways, but you will prevail. Some may think, Malik, this is such an odd thing to do. You had such a beautiful video planned and now it's ruined. No, it's not. At the end of the day, all you need to see is a picture of me, my most raw form, and me speaking from a genuine place from my heart. Back to my original point, this is a testament. Look at me on the screen right now. Look me in the eye. Feel me. Revel in what I'm presenting to you. We are connected as a union. Okay? There's threads of solace stitched throughout the being of you, and the wicked cannot handle that. The wicked envy this. So they will do anything in their power to sabotage you. Me turning this setback from corporate giants and machines around the nation and turning into this beautiful message for any entity watching is a simple testament, again, to where I lie and who I am as a person, through and through. Okay. Continue to use those threads of righteousness that are stitched throughout the being of you, and you will be great. May God bless you. And the associates of Franklin HQ and myself send love and light per usual.